structuring your content properly. So I've still seen a lot of videos where people are still not structuring their video properly. Like you could be posting a ton of videos. If you're not structuring your videos properly, they might not perform well. So you have the volume locked in, but if the volume is not matching with the proper structure, it just won't perform as well, especially for ads. Like if the ads you're running doesn't have a proper structure, it's just not going to work. So in this document over here, I just have it very simplified of the 3 things you need to have a proper reel or whatever you're posting as a content. This could work on text-based as well. So just follow this format and you should be good. So now let's talk about the hook. Now the hook is like the first 5 seconds of any short form click. Now the hook is something that is also used in text-based. It is used on every single video in existence, even long form now. So because people are constantly scrolling every day, they are actively, whenever you scroll like this every single day, you are actively training your brain that you're only giving that video 3 seconds of time to get your attention. So whenever you scroll, that is your training session of you training your brain that you're only giving it 3 seconds per video. So that is why you need to be mastering the hook part. Now, there are certain variables you need to kind of be aware of. So if you're targeting a big amount of people, then your hook needs to be relatable to a big amount of people. If you only want your video to talk to a certain demographic of people, then you need to start off your hook calling out that specific demographic of people so the other ones can filter themselves out. Your views might take a hit, your engagement might take a hit, but you're going to campaign that videos anyways, and you're going to attract the right people using that video anyways, so it doesn't matter. So the hook in that scenario is also very, very important. It also captures the right people, and it also captures a wide volume amount of people in the same clip as well. So yeah, the first 5 clips, very, very important. Even if you have, let's say, you started a video, you like pressed record. Let me give you an example. So like you pressed record and then you kind of adjusted yourself and then you started talking to the camera. First of all, you need to get rid of that adjusting part as soon as possible. Just start with what the video is about. Nobody cares about your intro. Nobody cares about your name. Nobody cares about the company name unless you're Kim Kardashian and your company's name is Apple. Nobody cares. Just talk about what the video is going to be about. If it's about 5 tips on how to tie your shoes, just say that in the first 3 seconds. People are going to care more because they know what the video is about right off the bat. If they don't know what the video is about and they see an unknown person, even you're going to scroll. So that's the hook in a nutshell. So this, like I said, can be used on text-based as well. So whenever you're writing an article or something, Twitter, LinkedIn, I'm not going to go too deep into this because I know experts who are way, way better than this at me. Now, delivering value. So once you've hooked your audience in, it's important to follow through and deliver on the promise you made with the hook. So it doesn't matter what your content is about, educate, entertain, inspire, you need to ensure that you're providing value to the viewer. So you've managed to hook them in very well. Now you need to actually deliver on what they're here for. So just give them what they want. So if your video is about health and wellness tips because you're a health coach, actually give 5 valuable tips. Don't just give like generic tips I already know. Actually make them think, make them wonder, put some thought into it. Because if you're not putting any thought into it and just giving 5 generic tips, it's just not going to do well. People are just going to scroll by. They're not going to share because these are things they already know of. So especially if you're giving like 5 health tips, they need to be good tips that they can do right away. So yeah, very, very important, delivering value. Hook them in and then make sure you actually deliver them value. And now the call to action. This is something a lot of people don't do, and then you don't need to do this on every single video, but it is actually pretty important that you tell them what to do after the video, whether it's to leave a comment on your video or go visit your profile or click on the link in the description. Whatever it is, you need to give them a call to action, especially if it's an ad. In ad, you always 100% need to give them a call to action, because if they don't have a call to action, they'll just take the value, they'll be hooked, and then they'll just leave. If you tell them that, hey, after this video, don't actually say after this video, just say, hey, make sure to visit my profile and give me a follow, or make sure to visit my profile and watch my pinned video. This is something I use for ads as well. But you could also say something like, just comment the word this and I'll send you a free resource. If you are a health coach and if you have a free resource you would like to send for lead magnets, you could do that. There's a lot of approaches you can take, but just you would need to research this part on your own. Generally, just if you want like a safe CTA, just tell them to follow you or click the link in the description. I'm pretty sure you have a website. So that is just call to action in a nutshell. I don't do call to action on every single videos because I post a lot of content. So like I don't want to tell them to do certain things every single video. But I mainly specifically use it on ads, or if I'm making a video that I potentially know is going to do well, I'll use a call to action in that one. All right, so this is the importance of structure. So you want to capture attention, you're doing that with the hook, and you're delivering value. Call to action is a bonus, of course, just to kind of get your audience to do what you want them to do. Because of course, remember the end goal, and I also made the video about this, is that you need to be selling them something. So especially if you're like a health coach or if you're like a service-based business, the only reason you're creating content is not just because of the good of your heart. You are going to be selling them something. So keep that in mind whenever you're creating content, is that you're doing this to capture a lead that you would potentially sell to. So that is why CTA is very, very important as well. So capture attention, deliver them value, of course, because you want to be memorable. You want them to come back to you, so you want to deliver them value. So yeah, that is all for today's video. We have it over here again, the hook, deliver value, the call to action. Combining these elements, you have a perfect reel. So just mix, and this isn't that hard to do. It just takes like 5 seconds of research and just some editing to kind of have the hook in the beginning. So whenever you make a video, and just whenever we record videos, I just let the prospect I just let the client do the video by himself. Like if you want to introduce yourself, go introduce yourself. If you want to take time, take time. In the editing process, we take care of all of it. We'll just remove the introduction, make sure we have a good hook, put it in the beginning, and then that is how we just structure the video forcefully. Even it doesn't need to be one take. But if you're doing this by yourself, I do recommend doing it one take, just so you can be in the habit of it. But yeah, so that's all for today's video. Really quickly, want to talk about my newsletter as well. This is something I post every single day, Monday to Friday, short emails. Just go over it. It's pretty valuable. It's a 30-second read at most, so it's in the description as well. And if you're a service-based business who needs one-on-one help, I have a Calendly link in the description below. We build content systems from A to B, and then yeah, I'll see you in the next one.